Hey everybody, how's it going? Mike from the Focus Garage here, and in today's video, we are going to be installing some LEDs in our 2021 Volkswagen Taos or Taos, depending on how you say it. Now, the reason ours does not have LEDs is because it's not an SEL or it does not have a sunroof. It is an SE with the hardtop, so it comes with halogen interior lighting through and through. So what we're going to do in this video is we've got some bulbs here from DE Auto LED. I love working with this company. They make great products for Volkswagen, Audi, and more, and they are air-free, plug-and-play LEDs. They've got the exterior of your vehicle covered as well as the interior of your vehicle covered, and we've even got some front turn signals here as well that we're going to be testing out on the Taos there to see what those look like. So again, we've got your full interior suite here, and we've actually got, you can see here, some doubles here. So there's stage 1 and stage 2 that we've got to kind of compare and show you guys just the difference in brightness and kind of what that looks like there. For the trunk, we went straight for stage 2 because we definitely do want the brighter ones there. But we've got obviously your dome lights, your sun visor, and then the trunk and the front turn signal. So without any further ado, let's go ahead, hop into the vehicle, and start figuring out how these fit and how they go. And if you want to just skim over the next bit of the video, it is some opening and unboxing here, just kind of the sights and sounds of what that looks like. So check that out if you're into it. If not, go ahead and skip through that section. So obviously, as you can see, we're in the car here, and we're going to be starting with the easiest ones first. We've got the sun visors. So once you are in your car, you're going to want to obviously open up your sun visor, and it's really, really simple. This just pulls to the right and down. You just kind of shimmy it out, and you've got the whole housing down and out. From there, once you've got it down, you can go ahead and squeeze this connector here and pull out the whole assembly. So I'm going to do that right now. And bam, you can see we've got the whole assembly unplugged here. Now, the sun visor LEDs are going to look a lot different, but you're going to want to go ahead and, simple as it looks, pull this bulb out and put the new ones in. You will probably want to use a plastic trim removal piece as to not touch the bulb and get everything all messed up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and use this, pry this out by going like that and putting the new one in. Once I've got the new one in, I'll kind of show you how it all goes together and what that looks like. Once you've got the bulb in the new housing, this is kind of what it's going to look like here. You can see you've got the heat sink facing up and the LED part facing down. Kind of get that however you need to. I've plugged it back in, and the easiest way to test before you put this back into the ceiling is simply open up the visor, and bam, there you go. You can see we now have an LED in the sun visor. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll turn that off. We obviously don't need that anymore. Snake the whole wiring harness up into the ceiling there. Push that up until it clicks, slide it over, and that's it. There you go. You've got your sun visor LED installed. So we've got that. Next thing we're going to, and I always like this too, kind of without the light on, you've got the cool LED look there. So check that out. Very nice. We've got that. We're going to go ahead and move over now to the main overhead console. All right, you guessed it. The next one we're going at here is the overhead front console lights. So the neat thing about these is that you can actually turn them off. So if you are going to be working in the car, make sure you hit this door button here, turn the lights off. That way you're not working with the lights on, with the doors open and everything like that. I've got this plastic kind of trim removal tool here. I'm going to hope this gets me what I need. From what I've seen, none of this needs to come off. It's literally just this little plastic surround here that goes around the lights. And it looks like with this, we should be able to probably like get up in here and just wiggle it down. So again, it's scary. We're gonna, oof. So I guess that kind of works better for me. What I found to work best is start from the back here and push down. And now with this down, I can probably, aha! Yes, just kind of work your way around the outside with this trim tool. Obviously pushing down, pushing forwards. You'll see what works. I'll show this once I've got this out. So just to give you a better idea of what the panel looks like when it's removed, here's what you've got. You've got just pretty much tabs everywhere, so be very, very careful with this. I did kind of start to mangle the one in the back, so maybe you want to start from the front of the vehicle here. It's these, ones here. Maybe you want to start here and work your way back instead of going forwards like me. I'm not sure. Just be careful. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of tabs you're holding it on. It is going to click into place just fine. But now you've got the bulbs that need to come out. So we've got obviously one there and one there, and we're going to replace them with the DE Auto bulbs. If you cannot reach these, which you should be able to, these look pretty reachable. You should be able to just stick your fingers in there and pull them down. You can use a pair of like soft tip needle nose pliers to get in there and pull those out. Also, one thing to note, when you are putting your DE Auto LED bulbs in here, if you go to test them and they don't work, they are polarity sensitive. So flip them around and see what works and what doesn't. I'm going to go ahead and swap them out right now. I'm going to do one of them in stage 1 and one of them in stage 2, and I'll show you what they look like. So these are no joke. I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but check this out. So we've got stage 1 there, which is obviously, a pretty bright white LED. And stage 2 there, which is a way, way brighter, bright white LED. So they gave us both to test out and try. I'm going to run the stage 2, and we're going to see kind of what it comes through like with the housing on. And as long as it's not like glaringly blinding, I think we're going to leave the stage 2 in. So let me go ahead and replace the stage 1 here with the stage 2. And we'll check them all out. And yes, there are now stages for lights, just like stages for bolting on parts on your car. So we left stage 2 in. So here's what we've got with the stage 2. Tons and tons of light in the interior here. So we're going to rock the stage 2. We're going to see what we think about those. If it is overly whelming bright, we'll go ahead and we'll swap them back to the stage 1. But I don't think this is going to be a problem. Really, really seem to like the way that these look. Instant on, instant off. Not going to cause any kind of errors with the car. So we're going to move to the back now, and we will check out how to do the rear dome lights. So here we've got the rear unit. Very, very similar to the front here. All you're going to want to do is go around with the trim removal tool and pop this down. And then once you've got this down, there will be some tabs you need to release. So you're going to want to take a plastic trim removal tool and pry around the edges of this and pull it down. Nothing metal, nothing sharp. And then once this is down, you're going to want to unplug it. So let me get this down and out and I'll show you. So here's what you've got here. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it using that little tab. But here's kind of the whole housing out of the ceiling. It is pretty easy. You just kind of want to pry it down. Excuse the legs, but here's what we've got. So this cover essentially pops off once you've got everything removed. So this sits on the light housing just like this. And you want to work your way by prying up this edge, then working yourself around to the outside to get that off. This is what that looks like once you've got it down. And now you can pretty much pull the bulbs out or push them out from the back by looking at it like this. The only other thing I want to point out is this connector. It may be a little challenging to some. There's this little red tab you push up, or you pull up essentially, and you push down, and you can lift the whole thing up and out. So here's what this looks like. I'm going to go ahead and swap the bulbs out, and I'm going to plug it in and test for polarity before totally reassembling this piece because this felt sketchy, like it was going to break. I don't want to break anything. So I'm going to swap the bulbs out, put in my stage 2 dome lights here because we like that brightness, and put it all back together, make sure that the polarity is good, and then finalize. So now we've got the stage 2 bulbs and the rear lights, which you can kind of see up here. And then you got these things on, and holy moly, are they bright? And they're nice, crisp white LED. Instant on, instant off, and wow, they look good. Well, no complaints there. Let's go ahead and move on to the final one in the trunk. The trunk LED is going to be the easiest one. So I'll kind of just give you guys a before. And what you're going to want to do here is put a pry tool into this little opening tab here and pry that off. Let's see if I can do this one-handed here. Oh, you can. Perfect. And you're going to want to get this bulb out immediately because it's hot. Here, as you can see, we have our trunk stage 2 bulb, and it's going to be very, very easy. It just slots into the same place the other one came out of. And let's see how bright this thing is. And the new one snaps into place with the same way that the other one came out. Make sure the heat sinks are facing up and the LED light is facing towards the trunk. And that's it. Once you've got that in, kind of slot that back into place there, clicks it back into place, and now we have beautiful bright white trunk LED light. Love how easy that is and love how bright that is. Stage 2 is the move. If you're questioning it, definitely go for stage 2. One last bulb I wanted to touch on, the front turn signal LEDs. So you can see here, this is kind of what the blinker looks like, the incandescent bulb. So we're going to pop the hood and show you how easy it is to change out. So in looking at the headlight housing, your bulb is going to be the topmost one closest to the grill. So when you come around the back side here and look on in, it is incredibly easy. It is literally this right here. You're going to take that and just twist it. Let's see if I can do that while keeping it on camera here. Twist this. Pulls out, and here we've got it. And we are going to swap it for our LED. And that's it. Wow, has LED technology come a long way. Not only is that more crisp, kind of sharp on and off than the factory signal, it's also significantly brighter. You can see this is in a pretty well-lit garage, and it is lighting up the whole area around it. It's lighting up the housing nice. These bulbs bothered me. The factory ones did, because everything else on the car is LED, yet it had these halogen incandescent signals. Wow. Love how those look. No disappointment whatsoever. And that's going to sum it up for this video. As always, I love working with DE Auto LED because they make top-notch products that just work. Now, if you have about an hour of your time to spare, you can totally transform the interior of any of your German or even other vehicles. Check out their website. I'm going to have them linked in the description down below. And as always, thanks for checking out the channel. I highly, highly recommend these products. Totally transforms just kind of the luxury feel, the newness feel of your car. I mean, the fact that it was a 2022 vehicle that still had halogen interior had to go. So I'm super glad we got the LEDs in here. Really kicked things up a notch. I'll catch you in the next video.